tonight I'm going to talk about how to get more leads, and by the way, it's going to be interactive. All right, so I need, is that, first of all, let me just ask your permission. Is it okay? Raise your hand if it's okay to be interactive. Is that cool? All right, we're just getting started, guys. If you're sluggish in the beginning, I'm a little concerned. All right, let me see. Okay, all right. Okay.
Buster's waving. Yay, Buster. All right.
Awesome. All right, cool. So let me ask you, I just want to ask a couple questions, make sure I'm in the right place. What would an additional, and you type in, you don't raise your hand, but what would an additional, I love to hear people's answer to this, what would an additional 5 to 10 leads per day mean to you and your family? What would that mean? Let me look here. All right. Oh, way to go, Tina. I like your answer. Very nice. Very nice. Freedom. I get that. I have a lot of people say that. More money, of course. Yep, that makes sense. Some of you are fighting a struggle here. A start. Okay. Absolutely. Very cool. Well, let me ask you this. What if they were actually targeted? What if they actually wanted to talk to you? Because you see, I can give you well over 4,000 to 10,000 leads right now and just tell you to go pick up the phone book, right? There you go, leads.
They're free.
Free leads, right? But they're not targeted. They have no interest in what you have. But when you learn what I'm going to share with you tonight, you're gonna say, hey, these guys are targeted. I barely talk to people that aren't really interested in talking to me. And that's just a lifestyle choice that I made when I went down this path. And I'm going to share that path with you here in a second. And so what I'm going to do, and what Diane has asked me to do, and Kathy's asked me to do, is pull from some content from the ProBlog Academy. I'm going to pull from the ProBlog Academy and share with you some value. I'm going to share with you that some of you are going to decide to dive deeper. And you're going to decide to, to enroll in the Academy, become a student, and get all the bonuses tonight. And others are just going to walk away with some value. Is that fair? Is that fair for me to teach you guys some stuff, and then for those that want to dive deeper? Yeah, absolutely. All right, cool. All right. And so, here's what I know, and here's what I kind of help people with. There's a lot of people out there that they don't know why to blog. Like, why bother? Why blog? Let me ask you this question. How many people are already blogging? Just raise your hand real quick.
Me.
You, I know you are. Yeah. Okay, cool. So a lot of you are, but there may be some people on here that don't know the benefit, that may not. So I want to talk about that. Well, number one, it brands you as a leader. You see, and I'm pretty sure Diane and Kathy would agree with this, but people don't join opportunities; they join other people. Would you agree with that?
Big time.
Yeah, they join other people. But see, if you're a one-trick pony and you only have your network marketing page, that's it. That's all you got. How can you attract people? How can you brand yourself if all you have is a company page? Well, you can't, because that's what everyone else in your company has. They have the same thing. So it does help you set yourself apart. You get more qualified leads. Now, your blog, I want you to think about this. I'm a very long-term thinker. Okay? That's all I focus on. And I'll tell you, some of that comes from losing it all, right? I did very well in an industry that I'll share with you in a second, and I lost it all. And so I stopped at that point in my life. I stopped thinking short-term, and I started thinking long-term. Well, your blog is an online asset, okay? It stays out there forever. Each time you make a deposit, it grows your footprint online. That has a better chance of putting more fishing poles in the water to get more leads to you. Now, let me ask you this question, and I love the answers here. What's the number one reason for a blog? What's the number one reason? Go ahead and type it in. Bam! You nailed it, Virginia. Way to go. Leads, right? It's not just, it's not to win a popularity contest necessarily. It's not to do anything but get leads, okay? Because if you are focused on making money, you have to first get sales. If you're focused on getting sales, you must first get what? Get leads. You got to first get leads before you get sales, before you make money. And so that's why the key things that you got to understand is, and I'm sure Diane has the same experience, but I get leads, I get sales from blogs that I wrote 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And all of a sudden an affiliate check will show up from something that I haven't touched in a couple years. And so it is ever growing. Receive bigger commission checks and have when you have enough leads coming in on autopilot every single day, you can reach financial freedom very, very easily, actually. You don't have to have a million leads a day, but if you're getting a steady 5 to 10 to 20 leads every day, just based on working less than 20 minutes a day, you can have absolute freedom in your life and make more stuff. And so what I want to share with you is just a tiny bit about me, and I think some of you may know my story, some may not. And the reason that I share this with you is because if I went to a gym and I wanted to hire a personal trainer to learn from, okay, I would want them to know more than me, right? They may be in better shape and know more than me. And so that's the only reason I'm sharing this with you. It's not to brag or boast, but just to share with you that I may have results that you would like to have. I'm not just a blogger, not just an internet marketer, but I'm also the #1 income earner in my network marketing company. I did go from $0 to $40,000 a month residually in under 7 months. That was with no credibility. That was without a list. That was with a burnout warm market. That was with no technical ability or skill. Okay? Did all of those things. All the things that most people think can hold them back, they don't need to anymore. I am the founder of Forever Wealth Club, international speaker and coach. Right now I'm averaging between 26 to 36,000 unique visitors every single month like clockwork, and get between 1.5 to 2 million hits a month. And I was rated the #1 blogger. Now, how many of you have a Barnes & Noble close to you? I have 3. But if you have, yeah, a lot of you, right? They're everywhere, right? If you have a Barnes & Noble close to you, if you have some time this week, swing by there and pick up this issue. This issue of Networking Times, they do actually feature me in that, and I was very honored when they in our online business, and it was very, very cool. Now, another neat thing is they have 250,000 subscribers. And think about this. If I had never created my blog, they wouldn't know who I am. That's powerful. How many would like to be in a magazine for free that has 250,000 subscribers? You can when you brand yourself, and that's what we're going to cover tonight. That's what we're going to talk about. And so here's a little bit of traffic stuff, and then we'll get right into the content. I want to share with you that I'm not just, like Diane said, the flavor of the week, although I guess there's some good to that. It sounds neat, flavor of the week. It makes me feel sexy, right? But, that's not me. I've been blogging for a while and been getting pretty consistent traffic. This is all of 2011, and then, of course, this is this year, 2012. You'll see all the way up to 2 million hits, all the way up to 36,000 unique visitors, and ranked in 20,000 worldwide for traffic on my website. But I can tell you, it wasn't always like that. You see, just a few years ago, I had success in real estate, and I got really, what can I say, just kicked in the teeth, right? I had a business model that worked really well in a good economy. And some people have found out that their business was created to work only in a good economy, right? And so when the market shifted, I didn't adapt. And so, as the shift was happening, I saw my partner could no longer, help out with income. He was getting hammered too. All of a sudden, some of our properties started going to foreclosure. Life became very difficult. And I remember the day like it was yesterday. I don't think I'll ever, forget this day. But I remember I was having a barbecue at my house. There was a knock at the door. My mom went to the door. I'm outside grilling. She came up to me. Her face was white. She had tears in her eyes, and she was holding a big stack of papers. And I thought someone died. I didn't know what was going on. Now, I had never shared with any of my friends or family. The only person I shared it with was my girlfriend at the time, who's now, as you saw earlier, is my wife. That was the only person I shared with how tough things actually were going. My mom came to me and said, there was a guy at the door and he gave me this, what's going on? And she pulled out my foreclosure papers on the house that we were at. And I just felt this huge weight of guilt, of shame, of regret, that I had stressed my mom out, that I had let myself down, let my family down. I hadn't been able to take my kids on a vacation. Everything just kind of crashed, and she was talking. I didn't even know what she was saying, so I saw her lips moving, and I got so down and depressed, And you know, I think at that point, and you know, I think there's a lot of people in this economy that have experienced you know, times like this, and maybe some are still experiencing it here on this webinar even, or maybe see this recording. And you know, it's at that point where you make a decision. You either make a decision to curl up in a ball, suck your thumb, and let life trample you, or you decide to fight. And I decided to fight. I decided to come out of the corner. I decided to uncurl myself from the fetal position, and I decided to fight, and fight like I'd never fought before. And so I made a decision. And so I went after it. You know, I joined a network marketing company, and I started diving in because I realized that the biggest opportunity out there is the internet. That's what I knew. And so I started studying the internet. SEO, too complicated for me. Couldn't figure it out. PPC, two things. Too detail-oriented, and I'm not detail-oriented, and I didn't have an advertising budget. You know, how can you advertise if you don't have a budget? And so I couldn't do either of those. Of all the things that I looked at all the free, you know, white papers. I looked at all the downloads from different marketers, and some were terrible. You're crazy, right?
Yep.
The one strategy that made sense to me was blogging. It was something I could do part-time. It was something that I could, you know, do in less than a half hour every single day. And I knew that, you know, it was something that I could continue to get people to take a look. And I could solve some problems. I could impact some people and brand myself, most importantly. And so that's what I focused on. And since I made that decision, my life has completely changed. You know, here I am, you know, and I'm the guy that went from foreclosure to Fiji in under 2 years. There's a couple pictures from our honeymoon out in Fiji. The middle picture actually is us horseback riding at a resort called Namale. Now, just curious, I asked this question. Most people haven't heard of it. How many people have heard of Namale? N-A-M-A-L-E. Okay, Tracy's heard of it. A couple of people have heard of it. Not a lot. Namale is the resort in Fiji owned by Mr. Tony Robbins. And he has 120 staff with a maximum occupancy of 40 people. That's a 3-to-1 ratio. And so if you want to be treated like an absolute king or queen, you want to be treated like royalty, go to Namale. It's all-inclusive. Everything's, I mean, it's just unbelievable experience. Most romantic place I've ever been. We had breakfast by the waterfall. It was so, so amazing. Now, had you told me, you know, in 2009 that I'd be honeymooning in Fiji, I'd be like, you're out of your mind. I can barely drink the Fiji water, right? I can't afford that, you know, and let alone a vacation. Crazy, right? And so there's a picture of my awesome kids, and you know, one of the cool things that I've gotten out of blogging is I can work from home. You know, here we are in the summer, hanging out with the kids every day, playing dodgeball and volleyball and basketball in the pool, and you know, in the spa, hanging out, and that's just something. And we were actually able, you know, from not taking them on any vacations for a couple years there, we took them up to Times Square for Christmas. There's me and my wife who went a cruise with our network marketing company. I won a car, just crazy, crazy things. And that's why I know that anybody, anywhere, no matter what circumstance they're in, can achieve amazing, amazing results. And so it's just crazy. So first, we're going to dive into blogging, but I got to cover some bases here. There's a lot of people that have misconceptions. Number one, that you got to be an expert. Well, I wasn't. When I started, I was not an expert. Nobody knew me. I went to the first No Excuses, not one speaker knew who I was, not one. And then the next No Excuses, I was asked to speak there, which, you know, Diane spoke at. She rocked the house. It was awesome. And a lot of people think you got to be an expert. Absolutely not true. That's very internal focused, and you don't need to be internally focused. You need to be focused on the solving of other problems. Okay, and we'll talk about content creation here in a second. Some people think you need more credibility. I didn't have any. Some people think you have to write well. Well, I'm the poster boy for not writing. In fact, I failed. I don't know if you even know this, Diane, but I failed English 4 in high school. Failed. They sent me to summer school. I failed that too.
Yeah, guys, you got to understand. Let me interject real quick. One of the reasons why I love Ray is because, and we work together at a couple different places. Our network marketing company, as well as an organization that we belong to, and everybody else is so technical and fancy dancy, and me or Ray, like, I don't know. I don't know. We keep moving up the ranks and getting awards and all this other stuff. And I always feel like a, dizzy blonde when I'm around everybody else. But when Ray, I feel good. I'm like, Ray can do it, I can do it. And I'm always like, I don't know. And he goes, I don't know. And then we make some more money. So I think it's a good deal. Right?
That's right. I mean, Matt Crystal, some of you know Matt over at Magnetic Sponsoring. And, Matt, I'm serious, he was so frustrated with me last week. He spent an hour on the phone teaching me how to jing. And I'm like, jing, I don't understand it. He's like, dude,
what?
It's one freaking button. It's a button that like records your screen. I'd seen people do it, but I never knew how. And he spent an hour and he was so frustrated. But you don't have to know technology. That's an absolute, it may even be a hamper to you. I don't know. Because I certainly don't know it. Diane doesn't know it. It's just great. Yeah, Kathy doesn't know it.
And guys, so think about it as Ray gets into this. Is there anybody better to learn from than the guy who didn't know anything when he started? Because a lot of people, it's like that. You ever have that math teacher in school, especially if you guys ever went to college, which I don't know who did and who didn't, but you ever went to college and you had that guy and he was like Mr. Math, and he just could not understand why you didn't get it. So then he would explain it in another way, and it was like Swahili. Then it was like Italian. Then it was like, whatever. And he'd look at you like you were insane. That's what a lot of these internet marketers are like, That's why I call SEO EIEIO, because, you talk to them about it, and they're just like going, well, this, and the variable, and it granulates through the internet, and it propagates, and it does this on the, this, and it goes to the server, and then it goes to the ISP. What the freak is that? So, anyway, that's not Ray, which I love.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing.
No, that's a really good thing, because you're the guy who can explain it from soup to nuts.
Right. The things that people really need to know. You don't need to know all that rocket science stuff. You really don't.
Exactly.
And so here's some of the challenges that I know people go through. And let me put the hands down. As I read off a challenge, you tell me, is it a challenge for you? So raise your hand if I read one off. Let's see. First one, don't have the time. How many struggle with that? How many struggle? You just don't have enough time in the day. You just don't. Maybe, and I'll tell you, most people, they have a job full-time and they work on their dreams part-time, okay? So I understand. You have to be very efficient with your time. It may be the number one criteria. You don't, people don't have the time. So we recognize that. No leads or traffic, okay? How many people aren't, they're just not, you wish you were getting more leads or traffic. Yeah, I mean, that's most people. Most people want to get more leads or traffic. How many people are talking to unqualified prospects? Hey, I remember when I was dead, totally broke, I had to talk to anybody and everybody. I would talk to anybody, but I didn't want that as a long-term plan. My long-term plan was not let me frustrate myself trying to convert, employee mindseted people that aren't willing to invest in their future. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to talk to people that were qualified, that understood that they should be investing in themselves and investing in their future. That's who I wanted to talk to, and so that's what I did. A lot of people struggle with credibility. They think, well, who am I to blog? Who should listen to me because I've never had results? That's a lot of people too. I talk to a lot of people that struggle with that, and just understand there was a time when everyone in the world knew, the Mike Dillers, the Ann Siegs, all these other marketers. They did not know me. When I started, I had no credibility to lean on. A lot of people technically challenge. I'm one of them, right? And a lot of people I know, they're missing a step-by-step system, and they're missing a coach and a mentor. And so what we did is we recognized all of these challenges, and that's exactly what we conquer. That's what we overcome with the ProBlog Academy. And I want to dive into this and share with you what's in here. The ProBlog Academy is the most turnkey, franchise-like, business-in-a-box system that I have ever seen in our industry, that I've ever seen. And I've bought almost all of them, okay? And some of them I absolutely love and adore. Others, not necessarily my cup of tea, whatever. This is the most turnkey system that has ever been put together. And what it does for you and who it's good for is it's good for struggling internet marketers, good for network marketers, part-timers, people that are looking for branding. If you want to get the Diane Hochman and Kathy-like following, you want to have a system, a systematic attack to comprehensively own a section of the internet. That's where all the traffic is. So people looking for credibility, stay-at-home moms or dads, that was one of my goals. I wanted to stay at home and spend more time with my family versus spend time away from them, which is what corporate America tends to do. The more you rise up the ranks, the more they ask of you. You have to work more, right? I didn't want that. I had been there, done that. Didn't want that again, okay? And so what I'm going to share with you, and you might want to, let me put the hands out. How many you just want me to share with you the 5 steps? Okay, that's it. You want me to just share with you the 5 steps to a successful marketing campaign online and a blog? All right, cool. All right, so those of you who want to learn, pull out a pen and a paper. I'm going to go through my 5 steps. And here's what I know. If you're not getting the type of results in your life that you want from your online marketing efforts, it is due to one of these steps. It's due to one of them. Now, some of you, you don't know what you don't know kind of thing. You're going to know tonight. All right. So 5 steps to successful blog. You may want to write these down. Step number 1: identify your prospects. Number 2: set up your blog, create content. Number 4: drive traffic to your blog. Step number 5: cash checks. Now, you may be looking at that and thinking, well, what does he mean there? Of course I'm going to cash checks. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share with you what I mean. And so step number 1, identify your prospects. This may be the number 1 marketing mistake that network marketers make. And you know what? It's not your fault. It is actually not your fault. And here's the reason why. Most products dictate the prospect. Okay? Most products dictate the prospect. Here's what I mean. If I'm selling medical equipment, am I going to target football coaches? Probably not, right? Am I going to target plumbers? Probably not. You see, my product dictates my prospects. So, etc. Right? If I'm selling baseball lessons, right? Am I selling to scuba divers? No. My product dictates my prospect. But see, that is good and bad in network marketing because you can sign up anybody and everybody. And that's exactly who people market to. Anybody and everybody. I'm just going to throw a Hail Mary pass into the internet and I hope someone sees it. Did a light bulb just go off for a few people there? Yeah, absolutely, right? The problem, part of our benefit is that we can work with anybody we choose. I've worked with CEOs, I've worked with engineers, I've worked with janitors, I've worked with substitute teachers, I've worked with mechanics, I've worked with internet marketers, I've worked with all kinds of, veterans, blind, deaf. I've worked with all kinds of people, right? I have. That is a benefit of network marketing, but it also makes marketing a little bit tougher unless you are trained how to identify your prospect in a very certain way. So what I did is in module number 1 of the ProBlog Academy, I spend a tremendous amount of time helping you target like you have a magic wand exactly the type of prospect you want to work with. There are certain types of people you want to work with, and that is the power of your marketing. And so let me share with you a couple tips here that you can walk away with. Step number 1, whose problem does your MLM product solve? Now, that is pretty straightforward, but you want to really think about this. You want to think about whose problem does your MLM product solve. Now, it could be like, let's say there's a lot of people in health and wellness, or a million different options there. Some people will target, just people looking for better health, or some people will target just sick people, right? People that need the product. Well, I'll tell you, it's actually a lot easier to target people that want your product, okay? That actually want it. People that maybe are looking for additional income. For example, personal trainers. If you're in health and wellness, personal trainer, they have credibility. They're probably not making a lot of money. I don't know too many filthy rich personal trainers, but they're typically working on an hourly basis, and it's very difficult to become rich hourly. They may be looking for a way to leverage their income, so you may talk to them. Another tip here: go after the affluent ones. You're going to spend the same amount of time marketing to the dead broke than you are people that are affluent, people that have the wealthy, or at least the wealthy mindset. You see, there's a difference between someone who has a lot of money or someone who has the wealthy mindset that is on their way to having a lot of money. You want to go after people that have a wealthy mindset, people that are willing and smart enough to invest in their future and their family, people that want more out of life. You give me, someone I cannot bring in or get to invest in themselves is someone who doesn't want anything more in their life. People that don't want more in their life, I don't bother talking to because they're fine. And I'll tell you, you show me someone satisfied, just like I think Thomas Jefferson said this, show me a satisfied man. It was either him or Lincoln, one of those. And I didn't even realize that Lincoln was a vampire hunter. I mean, I'm really impressed. All the things he accomplished and killing off the undead, just unbelievable. It's a movie reference.
Wow, I missed that in the history class.
Yeah. Well, apparently there's a lot of things we don't know. But he said, show me a satisfied person, and I'll show you a failure. We are constantly wanting more out of life. We're wanting to impact more people. We're wanting to help more people. We're wanting to feel like we're making a contribution to the planet, to our friendships, to our relationships, to people all over the world. That's how you know if you have a fulfilling life. Now, here's a secret tip on identifying your prospect that I've never seen anybody talk about. I've never seen anyone talk about this, and hey, maybe you have, Diane, and I just haven't seen it. But a secret tip: what are the past professions of the top income earners in your company?
Yeah.
You see, when you struggle with credibility, why not use a third-party reference? Why not use a third-party story? So if the top income earner of your company is a plumber, is a construction worker, is a realtor, is a financial planner, is a whatever, right? Fill in the blank. Well, why not target that market and say, hey, listen, I know you can do this, and here's why, because this guy over here. Now, that's perfect when you don't have credibility. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense what I just said there?
Yep, perfect sense.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yep. All right, so step number 2. Now, I don't have a ton of time to get into technicals, nor am I able to. You literally, you just couldn't
Ray,
get me
guess what? And I know you're going to talk about this, but the good news is we have something special to help people with that too.
Oh,
when we get up to that, we knew that was the area that would hold a lot of people back. So. Awesome.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. That's so cool. And so setting up your blog, you have a couple options there. Elance, Odesk. I saw, an Odesk bid for $50, to set up your WordPress blog. I thought that was pretty cool. You want to create a killer giveaway. Now, some of you, I forget who it is. I think it was Virginia, actually. Virginia answered right away. Congratulations for participating. You know what? Let's do something crazy. Virginia, I don't believe I've ever met you. I've just given you 2 weeks of coaching just for participating. All right? And so Diane, Kathy, share my contact information with Virginia. When I come back from Cancun, which will be late Sunday, I'm going to give you 2 coaching sessions for absolutely free, just for participating. I do these crazy things. I love people that take action, love people that actually participate. Wow. So congratulations, Virginia. I hope that you enjoy that. But Virginia answered it correctly. She said right away, when I said, what's a blog for? She said leads. She answered it right away. And so how do you actually get leads? Now, some people would falsely say traffic. Well, you get traffic. Well, hey, I know a lot of people get a ton of traffic that barely get any leads. How you actually get leads is being able to convert more of that traffic into a lead. And the very easiest way is to have a killer giveaway. Now, I know that people struggle with what to give away, especially before you've had a lot of results. And so I'm going to talk about that later on tonight. I'm going to share with you a way that you can have a killer giveaway done for you. You create value with your blog. You brand yourself, set yourself apart, and then you start creating content. Now, big thing that people struggle with is, what do I talk about? Not only what do I talk about, but why would someone listen to me, right? Create content. Content is not you trying to sell your product, not you trying to shove your comp plan down someone's throat. That is not content. Content, in my opinion, is defined as the solving of the problems of your target prospect. Okay? Now, how many people, show of hands here, how many people think that there's a lot of problems that need solving, no matter what industry? Yeah, there's tons of problems, right? Here we are, we're living in this amazing society with so much abundance around us, yet the rate of clinical depression is up times 10. Why is that? Well, there's people that have problems, and we need to help solve them, whether it's more leads, more traffic, more notoriety, more credibility, hitting the next rank, winning a contest, etc. And so you want to create content that is helpful in nature, that attracts the right crowd to you. Life experiences. All of us have been kicked in the teeth, have been, punched in the gut. We've had life experiences that were tough. You know, you want to know why? There's two reasons, I believe, why reality TV is so popular right now. I believe number one, because people at least are under the perception that it's real. Okay? Now, I believe most of it's staged. I could be wrong, but I believe most of it's staged. But people believe. They at least get a glimpse, and they believe that it's real versus straight acting. Now, the second thing, the second reason I believe reality TV is so popular is we get to see people that are more screwed up than us, right? You know, I mean, I'm still.
And now you know why the success of my career. They be more screwed up than them.
You know,
Get away on my secrets, Ray. Stop.
You know, I walk by Jessica, and she's watching, like, you know, Housewives of OC, and I'm like, really, you know, and they're like, and you know, it's just it's crazy.
Funny.
You know? But it kind of, I think it makes people feel better when you know, hey, I'm not the only screwed up person in town. There's other people even worse off. Now, there have been times where I've had writer's block. I'll tell you, one of the easiest things to do is a bookstore, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, the library. That's, you know, all of these things you can utilize for absolutely free. I used to go to Barnes & Noble when I didn't know what to talk about, grab 5 or 6 books, grab a free glass of water, and I would sit in the coffee shop, I think it's Starbucks, and, you know, thumb through the books, and I would look specifically for bulleted lists. You see, bulleted lists, people love lists, the 5 ways of getting offline marketing, the 4 ways to get, you know, more Twitter followers, the, you know, 3 ways to blah, 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 fill in the blank. And so I would look for bulleted lists that could easily translate into a blog. Now, is that, let me put the hands down here, is that a useful tip right there?
I've used that so many times when I would get stuck. I'd always land down
Yeah.
Barnes & Noble, big time.
Yeah. It's an unlimited supply of content. And, you know, I'm not saying plagiarize, okay? I would always reference the book, and I would have a little clever Amazon affiliate link there. I'd make, you know, $1.40, right? And, you know, my big check for $20. And, you know, so, but that's not the point. The point is I was able to continue to create content without being creative. Webinar, ebooks. Right now, you're on a webinar, and yes, we have the webinar packed, but there are tens of thousands of people that are dying to get more leads. You could talk about what you're learning on this webinar right now. Why not write a blog post tomorrow? And actually, you know, one thing that we'll talk about later is people that invest in the ProBlog Academy, you immediately become an affiliate of our product, and you could blog about the 5 steps to getting more leads online and say, hey, by the way, I learned it in this webinar, and here's a link. I mean, that makes sense. That just makes sense. That's how you do things. You learn something, you teach it, you make money. That's what you do. That is this business. So yeah.
You go home now, Ray. We're done with you. That was it. I mean, that's it.
Yep.
It is. It's this business. And, you know, I'll tell you, there's some marketers out there that don't actually write all of their content. Now, I do, but some marketers hire virtual assistants to write their blogs. And, you know, that's not how I operate, nor do I think it's a bad idea or anything. In fact, let me ask this. How many of you would just like someone else to write it? You know, let's let someone else think creatively and write that content. Okay, just a few. Okay, some webinars, it's like everybody is like, yeah, I don't want to write anything. One thing that I pull from, too, is my digital library. I'm constantly investing in my digital library, constantly. I'm constantly buying courses. I'm attending events. If Diane has something, I always grab it because it makes sense. It expands my digital library. I have it at my fingertips, and I can use it as content. I can use it, you know, in different formats of my content. What I do is in module number 2 of the ProBlog Academy, I talk all about creating content. Now, if you are an experienced and creative author, if you're a best-selling author, or you can, you know, you're just amazingly creative, you can actually skip module number 2. You only have to go through module 1, 3, and 4. But if you're like me and you struggle with what to talk about to attract people, you might want to go through module number 2 because you will find 5 different ways of creating content that you'll literally never run out of content. Very powerful. Now, speaking of content, actually one of my good friends, Michelle DeMarco, met her out in Phoenix, and she had been blogging for a while, not getting any results. She went through the ProBlog Academy, and check this out. She was able to see her traffic skyrocket, and most importantly, her revenue increased by over $2,000 the very first month. Now, let me ask you this question. How big would you be smiling if in the first month you made over $2,000? Yeah, there should be a smiley button in GoToMeeting, right? I mean, it's just amazing. So we're really proud of you, Michelle. You did just a fantastic job. And so step number 4, you want to drive traffic. Now, I'll tell you, let me ask you this, and sometimes we have a cutting-edge crowd, and sometimes we don't. But how many people have at least heard of Fiverr? Maybe you've used it, maybe you haven't. Okay, all right, a few people, not a lot. It doesn't look. Oh, okay, all right, a lot. All right, looks like a lot of people have heard of it. Well, Fiverr is, if I wanted someone to dress up like the Great Ape and go to Diane Hochman's house and wish her happy birthday and sing it for her.
Great Ape, you're dating yourself, man.
Great Ape, man. 82.
You're dating yourself.
Yeah, I know. My wife was like, who?
Exactly.
Don't worry about that. But, you can find these people on Fiverr. They'll do anything for $5. Now, some of it's craziness, but other is actually very smart marketing. But here's the catch. You see, there are things on Fiverr that can actually hurt your traffic, okay? Now, with the Google Panda and the penguin and pretty soon a polar bear, there are things that you just, there are things you just shouldn't do now. Blog forum backlinks actually hurt you now. You got to be careful. And so what I do in module number 3 is I show you every single source of my traffic, how I get so many hits consistently, and how I started without an advertising budget. And so we go through that. There are things that you should use on Fiverr and a lot of things that you probably shouldn't. Things for social media, backlinks and bookmarks, search engine optimization, just make a lot of sense. And, one thing, I love this one. Now, Mike, you guys, some of you I'm sure know Mike. Mike is active in the military, and I applaud him for that. I think it's just awesome. And he's been blogging for a while, but he just wasn't getting results. He was struggling with lead generation. He was struggling with what to write about. He went through the ProBlog Academy. His traffic increased tenfold, times 10. He's now under 80,000 Alexa ranking for the first time in his life, and he's just so excited. And he's doing really, really well. Congratulations, Mike. I just think it's really, really cool. Step number 5, cash a check. Now, maybe you saw this at first and thought, oh, duh, of course I'm going to cash a check. What am I going to leave it in my car or leave it in the mailbox or what? Well, I see a lot of people that they don't put the appropriate energy into this step right here. I see it all the time, okay? I've had network marketers get me on the phone and say, Ray, I just got to make money. I just need you to show me how to make money step by step, and I'll do it. And I say to them, okay, let's say I give you $100,000 tomorrow. What are you going to do with it? 9 out of 10 do not have a good answer for that. They haven't even considered it. If you don't even consider how much money you're going to make, do you realize you'll never make it? Do you understand that? You see, a lot of people, if you're stuck, you have self-sabotaged yourself into that position. You have to actually act as if you have to have the money. You got it, and you got to know what you're going to do with it. Now, some of you, maybe you have a non-ideal job. Now, I know most people that go through the ProBlog Academy, they at least start with a full-time job. They're typically chasing, going after their dreams part-time and working their job full-time, right? We know that, okay? Now, some of you, maybe you love your job. Maybe you look forward to this Monday morning, right? Teachers, police officers, firefighters. I can tell you what I've seen is people that believe they're making a difference tend to stay happier, okay? If you're in a position where you don't feel like you're making an impact, you're making no difference to the world at all, probably unhappy, at least long term. At some point you'll say, you know what, I'm sick of this, right? But if you're making an impact, okay, you're going to be happier. And I'll tell you, some people, they have a hang-up, and they sabotage themselves from the very get-go, okay? They sabotage themselves, and they have some kind of hang-up about making money. Well, let me just tell you very clearly, and I'm sure Diane has said things along these lines, money is just a magnifier, okay? If you are a jerk, okay, and I'm not calling you a jerk, but, jerks know who they are, right? If you're a total jerk, money just going to make you a bigger jerk. It's not going to change you. You're not going to all of a sudden have gratitude and be a saint. You're going to be a bigger jerk. If you're a jerk, with money, bigger jerk. How many people have seen that? Okay, how many know that's right? Raise your hand if you've seen it personally, a family member, a friend. all of a sudden, Mr. Warbucks, and they're a jerk. They're a bigger jerk than they were. But let's flip that around. Let's talk about it the other way. If you are someone that likes to help people, if you are a helper of humanity, if you are someone that likes to impact people and make a difference, money will allow you to do that on a grander scale. So you see, if you are the type of person that I'm talking to tonight, if I'm talking to you, you need to make more money. You need to. Maybe you quit your day job. Maybe you'd go travel. All right, real quick. Let's see. All right, money, let's just all agree, money is not an issue. Where's the very first city you travel to? Where's the first city? What's the first thought that came to your mind? Real quick. Let's see. Type them in. Not hands. Paris. Ireland. Cool. Hawaii. New Orleans. Man, I haven't been in New Orleans in a long time. Austria. Fiji. Very nice. Australia. Italy. Awesome. Australia. A lot of Australians. I hung out with a lot of Australians. You know, Fiji is kind of like the Caribbean for Australians. And so we actually partied with a lot of Australians. They are a lot of fun. They don't like Fosters. It's kind of funny. Fosters to Australians is kind of like Corona to Mexicans. They don't like Corona.
No.
This is true. They don't like it. They like El Presidente. They like whatever. But Australians don't like Fosters. It was kind of funny. I found that amusing. But I love to travel. It's one of my passions. I believe that we were put on this planet to enjoy life, not endure it, not punch a clock, not just, you know, oh, God, another day, you know, check, right? No, to actually enjoy our lives. You know, some of you, maybe you'd want to spend more time with your family, right? You know, I mean, let me ask you this. If money wasn't an issue, what would you do for your parents? And what would you do for your kids? Where would you take them? You know, I'm so excited that, you know, this week, actually, Thursday, I'm taking my mom on an all-inclusive paid, full dreams vacation. I'm taking her on that vacation with me. And when I told her that for her birthday, because her birthday is actually today, happy birthday, Mom. Make sure you reach out to her on Facebook, right? And her birthday's today. And when I told her about 40 days ago, 30, 40 days ago, she bought a new purse, she bought bathing suits, and she packed. I'm like, Mom, we're 30 days away.
How cute is that?
She's so cute. She got new
That's
flip-flops with
adorable.
flowers on them. She got a little flower bag. She came over. She's like, what do you think of this? I'm like, Mom, it's like a month away. She's like, oh, yeah, I'm already packed.
Aww. That's so sweet.
That's a lot better than that day that there's a knock came on the door, huh? Wow, that's a great story, Ray.
Exactly. You know, from that day of shame and guilt and regret to being able to take her on a vacation. That's just so cool.
Awesome.
Maybe, you know, maybe there's some things you'd like to upgrade in your life, or maybe you'd like to give to your favorite charity, you know, or start one yourself. Imagine walking into your favorite charity and they treat you like the VIP. You know, they're talking to you because you were able to give more. Well, here's the reality. If you want to be able to give more, you got to make more, okay? You got to make more. It's not about giving to the point that we're ourselves in poverty. It's about giving because you have abundance. And the only way I know to get abundance is to get more leads coming in, to get more leads coming in on autopilot every single day so that you can do the things that you really want to do. And so I want to share with you just a couple more stories. Here's my good friend Greg. And, you know, Greg, he rants and raves about the Pro Blog Academy. But I want to skip down to where it says before. Before the Pro Blog Academy course, I was completely lost. Now, let me put some hands down. How many people have ever felt that? I mean, I have. I'll be absolutely honest. I've felt lost. I've felt overwhelmed. I've been in information overload before. I've been frustrated. Okay? Well, so was Greg. Greg was frustrated. He was completely lost, and he didn't know where to start. The very first day after I completed the training, I started to generate leads. And in that first week, I sponsored 2 new reps into my company, all through my blog. Now, I didn't create the Pro Blog Academy for the gurus out there. I didn't create it, the Pro Blog Academy, for people that already have massive lists and sign up 2 people a day or an hour or a minute or whatever. I created it for the Gregs in the world. I created it for the person that just wants to have some success. That's what they want. And so to be able to read a testimonial, it assures me that this is a system that anybody can follow. And so, just think about that. 2 new signups. I just think it's just so cool. Dennis Kapp got on the first page of Google with his blog. I'm not an SEO expert, but I believe the first page gets more than the second page. That's what I know about SEO. Kenneth, love this guy. Look at Kenneth, man. In his first week with only 2 blog posts, he got his very first primary sign-up.
Wow.
And I'll tell you, there is, and I believe Brendan Burchard said this. He said version 1.0 is infinitely better than 0.0.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So now that Kenneth has actually got his first primary sign-up, he has so much more confidence than he's ever had before. And I can tell you, you're going to see this guy on leaderboards. Mark down that name. You're going to see his name everywhere. I guarantee it. And here's what I'd love to know. Let me put the hands down. Who would like to be my next success story? Who would like for me to feature you on these presentations that all kinds of people see? Yeah, I want that for you. It's absolutely possible. I know that it is. And, I'll tell you, the fastest way I know to become a success story in this industry is to follow the teaching of the ProBlog Academy, to follow this teaching. And so let me share with you what the ProBlog Academy does. It helps you have more time and money. It works in any niche. I have chiropractors, I have dentists, I have local realtors, and I have a ton of network marketers and internet marketers. It's a great match for any network marketing company. Some people may say, well, Ray, I'm in a network marketing company that I can't even mention the name. Well, people still join people. They don't join opportunities, so you don't have to mention the name. You don't have to. You can attract them. Today, I had a guy email me, Roger from Laurel, Mississippi. I don't know if Roger's on, but Roger, he emailed me and he said, Ray, I love your blog. I want to work with you, dude. Give me a call. I gave him a call. He signed up and he said, okay, now what company is this? Right? That's what I'm talking about. People sign up with people, not opportunities.
Yep.
Okay? People want to work with people. And if you ever, a lot of times, we've been razzle-dazzled by, a product, by comp plan, by all these different things. And if you don't have a strong mentor, a strong coach, it almost doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter. But that's what's so powerful about the ProBlog Academy. So I want to share with you what's inside the ProBlog Academy. We have the fast track system. Now, this is what I refer to. You'll hear me refer to this as the core. Everyone needs to go through the core. I'm going to share with you a bunch of bonuses, okay? Because we, as marketers, we know people love bonuses, and we're going to, entice you to take action. But in the core, the 4 core, module number 1, I talk about identifying your target prospect. This is perfect for the person that just doesn't know. They don't know who they should be targeting. We break it down for you by question and answer exactly who your target prospect is. That may be the most profitable 1-hour training you have ever done in your entire life. Module number 1 is worth the entire investment in the course. Module 1. I've had so many people be absolutely blown away. And Kathy, you went through Module 1, I believe. What
I went through the whole thing. Yeah, I love Module 1. I think the thing that impressed me the most about it was the persuasion shell, and the difference that putting the persuasion shell on my blog has made in the responses that I've gotten, not only comments, but my opt-ins increased because of the persuasion shell. And I don't know how that worked, but it's working, so I'm not going to fight it.
Exactly. And that's the cool thing. You don't need to know how it works, just know it works.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely works. Module number 2, and again, if you're the creative, best writing and selling author, you can skip this. This was made for the person that just can't think of what to write about. It's perfect for that person, like me, that struggled with what to talk about. That is all about an entire module on content creation because it's that important. Module number 3, you look over my shoulders, I reveal to you each and every source of my traffic, every little nook and cranny, every website that I use. Let me tell you, once you create a blog, your job is not done. It's actually just started. Now what do you do with that blog? Where do you post it to get maximum comments, social media shares, retweets, maximum credibility, and actual leads and conversions? That's what we talk about. Module number 4, it is all about conversions. How do you take those leads and turn them into sales? How do you turn them into signups? How do you get them into your network marketing company? That's an entire module dedicated to that. That module, and let me be very frank with you, if you're looking at this and you need to juggle some credit cards or whatever, and you decide to buy Thursday, you will pay $597. Okay, just so you know, that is the retail price of the Pro Blog Academy, the 4-core fast track system. Now, as a bonus, I'm throwing in the live coaching calls. Now, the reason that I put this in here is because I know people love to interact and actually get their personal questions answered. And so in the month of July, we're doing 4 live coaching calls. You get to get on and ask your questions. If you can only make a few of them, you get all the recordings, so you don't even have to worry about it, okay? That is a retail value of $297. You also get the on-demand digital vault. Now, I am constantly investing in my digital library so that I have more information at my fingertips. Very powerful marketers do that. That is the choice that they make. And so the on-demand digital vault, some of you like to learn through videos. Others, like me, like to do the MP3s. I love, one of the ways that I learn is I strap on my headphones, I walk around my neighborhood. I can't do that with my laptop or I'll trip and fall and break my laptop, right? But I can do it with MP3s. And so we put everything on MP3 for you, and even we know that people learn through different senses. We even transcribed it for you. And so if you want to, if you're listening, you're like, wait a minute, what did he say? You can actually refer to the transcription without even rewinding the video or the MP3. Look at the transcription. Very powerful. That is a retail value of $97 just for the on-demand digital vault. You also get my access to my Pro Blog Academy Mastermind. Kathy's in there. Kathy sees the value in this, where you get to interact with other people on the same journey. Isn't that a great group, Kathy?
Oh, it's a wonderful group, and I'm in there every day either commenting on something or liking something, or just today when we were talking about what happens when you make 3 sales. It's a great group of people, and I think what I like about it best, Ray, is there's no pitching in there. I love it.
Yeah, no pitching allowed. No pitching allowed. I will boot people. I haven't booted anyone yet. I've made a couple threats, but I haven't booted anyone. But it's basically people just like you. It's people that are on the same journey as you that you get to chat with. Post your content like Kathy was saying. People like it. People retweet it. People share it. And you get lifetime access. You'll never be hit with a monthly fee with this. Some groups do that. We don't. Lifetime access. You also get the done-for-you lead magnets. Now, here is where I know people struggle. People struggle with what to give away. Okay, I don't have the credibility. I don't have any results. Who am I to give something away? Well, what we did is we created 7 giveaways for you that you can use on your website. Now, I think that's pretty cool. Now, let me tell you, we put this as a retail value of $195. I could sell that for $195 all day long in my sleep. People would pay for these giveaways. Guaranteed. Okay? If you don't have ebooks, if you don't have videos, if you don't have something to tangibly give away that has massive value, you could be dead in the water. You could not be getting leads. Here, we give them to you. You can plug them right in. The reason we did 7 is because we didn't want everyone to use the same one. There are going to be some that resonate with others and some like one over the other. You get to choose from 7 different ones which ones you want to use. That is all included in the system. You also get my email riches. Now that you have traffic, now that you have leads, now that you have people that actually want to talk with you, how do you communicate with them without losing them? How do you retain and build a strong email list? And someone asked me today, they said, Ray, I don't blog because I don't have a list to send the blog to. And I said, well, I created a blog so that I could have a list, right? So chicken before the egg thing, right? And so the best way I know to create a list is through blogging. But once you build that list, how do you communicate with them? And so what I did is I knew that'd be an issue for some people, so I put it together, a step-by-step system where you look over my shoulder and I share with you exactly how I email my list, how I communicate with them, how I market even my network marketing company to them without offending them. Now, most people do that wrong. I get emails on a daily basis that are, they kind of offend me. I don't really want to, I'm like, but how do you do that without offending them? How do you do it and actually still provide value and help them? Well, you get access to that. It's one webinar, very, very powerful. That's a retail value of $97. And so here's what's in the system. In the system tonight, you have the fast track system. You have the live coaching calls. You even have some recorded coaching calls that we did before. The on-demand digital vault. You get the Pro Blog Academy lifetime access to the Mastermind, the done-for-you lead magnets, and my email riches. Now, If you add everything up, it's around $2,000 worth of value. And let me just ask you this. Let me ask you this question. If all the system did was helped you get 10 to 20 leads for free every single day, would it be worth $2,000? Yeah, I'm seeing hands. There's no question to that. There's absolutely no question. And so let me ask you this. If all the system did was helped you reach, maybe 2 or 3 ranks above where you are in your network marketing company and start pulling in $1,000 to $2,000 a month, would it be worth $2,000 to you? Yeah, there's no question. If it did those things for you, there's no question it'd be worth $2,000. But, here's the thing. You're not going to pay $2,000. In fact, those who take action tonight, when you take action, you're going to get every single thing that I talked about here tonight for $297. Now, the reason that we put it at $297 is I know it's because there are so many people out there in the economy that I know are struggling, that they just need answers. They need a way to help themselves, and they may not have an extra $2,000. We put it at $297 so that anyone that really wants this can afford it. Can absolutely afford it. Okay. We even made it a little simpler. We gave you 2 payment option, 2 payments of $167, or 1 payment, no monthly fees, of $297 for full access to the ProBlog Academy. Now, if you want to follow along and see some of the other testimonials, I would encourage you to go to blogging.fortruefreedom.com. Blogging.fortruefreedom. Whether you've decided to invest in yourself tonight or whether you just want to follow along, go to blogging.fortruefreedom.com. Now, I believe in this system so much. I've seen so many people have success with this. I believe in it so much that I'm giving you, those who take action, when you take action, you get my 100% ironclad, risk-free, money-back guarantee. What does that mean? Well, what that means is that you can take the complete system. You can try the entire system for a full 30 days. And if you aren't blown away by how easy it is, by how much it helps you, by how simple it is to follow along and actually get results finally, if you don't believe that it's worth all of that, you can get your money back 100%, no questions asked. Not one question, okay? Now, the reason I put this in here is because I've been burned before, okay? I've bought things that weren't as advertised, all right? I've bought things and then I said, you know what? This isn't really what I thought it should be, okay? That's why I know that that's a problem. And, is it a huge problem? I don't know. I think that most things out there are actually pretty good, but there's some out there that, quite frankly, I didn't feel I got value from. And so what we did is we made it an absolute no-brainer for you, and it's a 100% ironclad, risk-free money-back guarantee. If you're not 1,000,000% satisfied within 30 days, try it out, the complete system for 30 days. If you're not satisfied, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. Now, I know that Diane, Kathy have some specials for you, but I just want to ask you this. What if I could do a little bit better? All right? What if I could do a little bit better? Well, let me show you this. What we've put together, and this is actually really, really cool for you guys, okay? What I put together is when you take action, you're also going to get as a fast action bonus 2 tickets to the Pro Marketing Summit. Now, the Pro Marketing Summit is July 28th and 29th in Orlando, Florida. Okay, July 28th and 29th in Orlando, Florida. First question people have is, well, Ray, what if I can't make it? Well, these are transferable. You can sell them very easily. When you hear the lineup, you're going to know you're going to be able to sell them very easily. You can give them away on your blog. That's a pretty smart marketing idea. Okay, you can give them to a teammate. You can give them as an incentive to get someone to join your network marketing company. Okay, and let me tell you, I'm just, spoiler alert, you were the first audience to hear this. We will be selling these tickets. We'll be selling tickets. You can either get the tickets as part of a fast action bonus with the ProBlog Academy, or you'll see people that purchase these separately. Okay, it makes a whole lot more sense to get them as part of the package. You can network with like-minded individuals. It'll be one of the biggest events. Here's the lineup. You're talking about, I don't even have you on here, Diane. This is terrible. Mark Hoverson, Eric Worre, Michelle Pescasino, Diane Hochman. Okay, you can do number 1 there. I'm going to erase all those out and just say Diane Hochman, okay, Tim Irway, and myself. This is going to be a huge, huge event. And I can tell you, if it was up to me, I would just show up for Diane and then just leave.
Wait. I don't know which is worse, Pescasolido. There's not even Michelle, or getting left off.
Oh, come on. I'm sorry.
It says Pescasolido.
I know.
Is this a chick thing, Ray? Come on. I'm telling Michelle. We're going to beat you up on Thursday.
I know. We're gonna get you on there. I'm sorry. I'm
not worried about it. I'm just saying you don't even have a first name. She's at Pesco now. She's done.
Well, check this out. As a fast action bonus, all joking aside, this is a retail value of almost $2,000.
Yeah, big
You're
time.
getting access to this event. It's going to be now. Let me tell you, for those of you, I mean, if you're brand new to the industry and you don't know who Eric Worre is, Eric Worre's made over $15 million in network marketing. This is a guy that doesn't show up to a lot of events. I twisted his arm and got him to show up, and so that's something you definitely want to see. Between Diane and Mark and Michelle, it's going to be just an unbelievable event. Now, here's the bonus. This next bonus is the one that Magnetic told me I was crazy, that I was absolutely crazy to do, and that is a personal blog review by me. Now, let me tell you, we've already sold over 700 copies of the Pro Blog Academy, okay? And so what I'm doing is when you take action, you get a blog review by me personally, not my VA, not my business manager. Let me ask you this question. How many people think that if you had me look over your blog, you would get some value out of it? Would you get some value? All right, 3 of you. 3 of you would get some value. For you 3, I'll do your blog review. The rest, you're
They're all
out.
busy ordering, Ray. They're busy ordering.
They're busy ordering. Okay, all right. But here's the 2 things about this that I just, in the manner of full disclosure. Number 1, you got to be coachable, because I'm going to bring it. I'm going to tell you exactly what the world is seeing with your blog and where you can improve it. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. Number 2, you have to go through the 4 core before you redeem this blog review. Now, I hope that makes sense, because in the 4 core, I give you some suggestions on what to do on your blog. It doesn't make sense for me to, review it before you go through that 4 core. You don't have to go through all the bonuses. You don't have to attend the event if you don't want to, right? But you got to go through the 4 core. Once you go through the 4 core, I'm more than happy to do this blog review with you. I already have some scheduled for next week. When we get back from Cancun, I'm going to be reviewing some for people. Now people have paid me. People have paid me $500 to review their blog, and that's just through email. That's not even on the phone. And that is how I review people's blog. People have paid me. You get that as just a bonus, an absolute bonus. Now, this next one here, most marketers that I talk to, and I'm talking the big marketers, are blown away by this. They're blown away. I have never, ever, 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 ever seen anyone in our industry give something like this away. This is, and let me frame this for you. I met this guy out in Phoenix at InfusionCon. This guy named Michael. Michael owns a VA company. He matches virtual assistants with people's needs and their personalities, what exactly they need in their business. Okay, and so I told him, I said, hey man, that sounds really cool. I have a launch coming up. Is there anything you could do for me? And he said, well, what is it that your students would need? I said, well, they might need their blog set up. They might need content written for them. They might need a Facebook fan page set up for them. They might need their social media handled for them. They might need customer service calls or maybe calling leads. And he said, well, tell you what, here's what I'll do. Anyone that joins through your launch, and I can only do this for a limited number, but anyone that joins through the launch, I'm going to give them 40 hours of a VA, 40 hours of a real human being to help them. And so in the manner of full disclosure, let me tell you what this is. You get your own VA for 40 hours. Now, what does Michael hope? Michael hopes that your life becomes so much easier with this VA that you continue the service. I mean, I think anyone with a business sense would understand that was the goal, right? But does that mean you're committed to continue the service? You're not committed. You don't have to. You can take that 40 hours and use it however you want. Well, Ray, could they set up my blog? Yes. Well, Ray, could they set up my social media? Yes. Well, Ray, could they write some content for me? Yes. They could do all those things. Okay? Michael's hoping that you see life as easier and you continue the service, but you don't have to. Now, that is real hours we're talking about. We're not talking about some digital download. We're talking about real hours of a human being. How many people would work 40 hours for somebody for free? Not too many people, right? You know, not too many people, right? That's $1,000 real value, and you get that just as a fast action bonus. And so every single thing that you get tonight, you're getting everything I've talked about, the 2 tickets, you're getting the Quick Start Blog Review, the VA. Everything that I've covered now is over $5,000 worth of value, over $5,000 worth of value. And you know that is not your risk-free investment. Your risk-free investment is $297 or 2 payments of $167. And if you want to, you know, whether you decide to buy or whether you just want to follow along, go to blogging.fortruefreedom.com. Check that out. Okay, see the different testimonials, see the different bonuses. And, you know, I got one last thing. I know that, you know, Kathy and Diane, you have some amazing bonuses as well. But let me ask you this last question. How many of you that are seeing this and you're thinking, oh, my God, he's giving us so much. What else can he possibly give us? Well, how many of you would take action tonight if you could get every single thing that I talked about here tonight for absolutely free? How many would like to get it for free? I just want to get it for free. All right. Well, here's the deal. When you take action and you invest in yourself, you invest in your future and your family, and you go to blogging.fortruefreedom.com and you add it to the cart, you fill in all the information, and you get the course. You gain access. You become a student of the ProBlog Academy. When you do that, you are automatically added as an affiliate. And what you do, we have a system set up that when you refer three people, okay, now Kathy and Diane both have sold more than 3 copies, and I have a lot of people who have already done this. When you refer 3 people to your little affiliate link, when 3 people buy, you've now paid for your system, and you've even put a few bucks in your pocket. Now, here's what I know. Don't be the person that said, oh, man, I should have listened to Ray. And, you know, I want you to think about this. What would your life be like if you had learned all of this 6 months ago and just been applying what's in the ProBlog Academy? Yeah, you would be getting leads right now. You absolutely would. Okay, that's what I know. And so don't be that person that says, I wish I would have and should have. You know, I'll tell you, people, they regret the decisions that they don't make. Okay, that's where regret comes in. And so I'm telling you, this is something, you know, that most marketers are telling me it's the best offer they've ever seen in network marketing, and we just have everything done for you, everything you need, all in one system at one location, and you can pick that up tonight at blogging.fortruefreedom.com. And I know that you wonderful ladies have some even more incentives, which is really, really cool. Go ahead, I'll roll it back to you, and if you'd like to share those or like me to, you know, sing and dance or, you know, or show up dressed like Ray.
I want to say something, and then, Ray, what we're going to do is I know that you have to run in a minute. So, guys, I had a good time promoting this webinar tonight. We had a lot of fun, and I said, and let me put the hands down. And I'm going to, I can put the hands down. I don't want to take the screen back yet. Guys, I said, is this Higdon guy the real deal? Is this guy for real? What about this? And what about that? And I was fooling around because people know I'm not always a fan when there's a big marketing blitz or something. But Ray just said, a lot of marketers have said it, and I'm saying it to you. I've never seen something this comprehensive in my career. And I've bought, like Ray, every course under the sun. I have paid up to $15,000 for courses. And the estimate that he just gave you of what it could have cost is, quite frankly, it's modest. I buy courses every single week, and there ain't nothing like this. So as much as I poke fun and I have a good time and I laugh and I giggle about it, I brought you here tonight because I wanted you to hear from him. Because if nothing else, if you should decide that you're not going to get the course, I don't know why you would, because you can get it for free. But if you should decide that, you got great value tonight and you learned a lot. But if you should make the decision, and we're going to show you what we have for you because we have a bunch of extra bonuses before, you know, I'm going to let Ray go in a second. But if you should make the decision, guys, think about where you can be. I'm always preaching 90-day plans, 90-day plans. Well, guess what? Get the course under your belt, and July 1st, you're in gear. I mean, you can start sooner. Don't hold back. But if it takes you a little bit to get through the course, get yourself in gear and start it. Because if you've ever heard me preach about the summer and how important the summer is to set up your next year, I mean, what better timing for Ray to roll this course out now for you? Right, Kathy? So,
oh, it's absolutely perfect timing, Diane. People will not only be able to get things set up and running and get it rolled out, but they'll be in action when the fall hits, and we all know how huge the fall is in our industry.
And then they'll be set up for that January 1st rush
You betcha.
and kill it for 2013. So you want to be positioned now, not later. You know, and I don't know that Ray's ever going to bring this course out again, and if he does, I doubt it will be at this price, let alone including the bonuses that he's put together. So it's absolutely sick. Ray, I want to thank you. We're going to run through our bonuses. If you want to hang out another minute, great. If you want to, you know, head out, because I know you have lots of people looking for you this week. I cannot wait to see you on Thursday. I will be there with bells on to give you and Jess a hug, and your mom if she lets me. So I can't wait
I can guarantee you she will. And yeah, I got to jump on a conference call with my with a good friend of mine, and I just appreciate you having me out here. I know you're very selective with who you bring, you know, out to your peeps, and I appreciate being one of those people. What happens if I leave?
I'm going to take back the control right now. And the last thing I want to say to you guys, you know, guys, I work with Ray all the time in so many different things, and he is just a dream to work with. So we look forward to having many of you coming to check out what it's like to hang out with us. So this can be your first step in getting to know the quality of the types of things that we're always putting out there. Ask me about that if that ever interests you, because man, do we have a slam dunk relationship, and I just love this guy. Give Jess a hug for me. Give Jerry a hug for me over the internet, and I will see you Thursday afternoon.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Diane.
Oh, thank you, Ray.
Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. Yeah.
Awesome. And guys, if you hang out for one more second, let me get this this thing up on the screen properly, and we'll close this down. Just real quick, because we know it's late and we've been here for a while. Ray's stuff is just so darn good. We're just going to show you the link that he gave you was blogging.fortruefreedom.com. And we also can give you a quick cut through, you know, if you want to go straight to the site, but we thought you'd like to see, because we have a couple of bonuses for you. I'm going to let Kathy explain some of them, and I'll explain some of them as well. But what we find is a lot of times people get excited and they buy something, and we want to make sure we're here hands-on to ensure that you make progress, that you have hands-on help. You're going to get tons of help from Ray, tons of help from the group. We'd like to get something even a little more intimate for you to make sure that you have success. I know that I've been blogging for many years with great success, and I don't even, you know, do all the stuff that I should be doing. I know that I have the course now, and I'm going to be spending a lot more time tweaking up my blog, and you'll see it even more. But I've been generating leads through my blog, right, Kathy? I mean,
absolutely.
All day, every day. The whole team that we've been working with does, and we didn't even have this information. So, you know, Kathy ran you through here. And then, Kath, I'm going to put these special bonuses up on the screen, and if you want to go through and share with everybody what it is that we have in store, please do.
Sure. Thanks, Diane. Well, the first bonus may not seem like a really big deal. It's a 30-minute one-on-one consult with me to find the direction or the focus that you need for your blog. Guys, you know, one of the things that I've noticed in working with people, you know, everybody has a blog, everybody wants a blog, and they're going off in so many different directions. Even after they've identified their target market, it's like they don't know exactly, do I want it to be technical, do I want it to be product, do I want it to be thought-provoking mindset? And so what the first bonus is a 30-minute session with me where we can just brainstorm together and help you figure out that direction that you want your blog to go in based on your business and the purpose that you have in mind. The second is we're going to have 3 one-hour live group sessions. Now, we were just talking about 90-day plans. This is 1 session a month for the 3 months, July, August, September. talk about getting yourself set up, getting yourself rocking and rolling so that when the fall comes you can hit it hard and, like Diane just said, be totally set up for 2013. Those sessions are going to be included too. They're going to be group sessions, but what I like to think of it is, you know, how many times do you start off really good? You start off maybe the first week, maybe the first 2 weeks, and you're going strong, and then all of a sudden, you know, something comes in your way. Well, these sessions are going to be to help keep you on track. So, you know, I'm holding my hand up. I'm going to be there to kick your butt if you don't follow through. You know, because this is your future, guys. And if you get this done and you get this done right, your life is going to change. Plus, Ray just talked about a $500 valued blog review that he's going to personally do for you. Now, wouldn't you like to have everything up to snuff as best as you can have it before you get that review with Ray? These 3 one-hour sessions are going to help you do that too. By the way,
let me say something about that,
if
you don't mind. Guys, I don't know how many times somebody will hire me for consultation. They'll go on my website, they'll hire me, they'll pay so much for an hour of my time or half an hour of their time. They show up and they're completely and utterly unprepared. So I'm there for them. They don't have anything together for me to look at so that I can consult with them. You don't want to be that person, because you just heard Ray is off the hook. He knows his stuff. So this is really going to help you prepare so that you can get the most bang for your buck, even though it's free and you're getting it thrown in, from your appointment with Ray. The other thing is, a lot of people, what will happen is they'll make their appointment, they don't even show up. So don't let yourself be one of those people, and Kathy's going to help you be completely prepared to be mentored by a top level professional. So this is huge. This is a big deal.
Right, yeah, Ray, I'm envious of that. I mean, I really am. The third bonus, I'm actually going to do a webinar for people who buy through our link, and I'm going to explain in detail just exactly how I put together that funnel, that campaign that generated over 700 leads and made me a top affiliate for Ray's product, literally, guys, literally overnight. I put it together, I went to bed, I woke up the next morning, and I went, holy cow.
Boom. It was great.
Yeah. I'm on the phone with Diane, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I did it. And I'm going to share that with you guys. I'm going to show you how I put it together. And it's more than just the technical stuff, because you just heard me tell Ray, I'm not a technical person. I mean, I get around okay, but I'm not really that technical. It's the mindset that I use to think my way through it. And that's combined with a little bit of techie stuff is what I'm going to share with you in that webinar. And the fourth bonus is we're going to have a private online group for 24/7 support. Similar to the one that Ray was talking about, only much smaller, much more intimate, much more sense of, you know, we're going to get to know each other and kind of know where we're headed and where we're going, where we, you know, we'll be able to ask questions, have discussions, you know, share our victories with each other. You know, when somebody does something and it works, you know, we're going to be able to come in the group and woo-woo each other. So that's bonus number 4. And now, you know, it's not all, but right now I'm going to turn it over to Diane, because this last part is phenomenal, and I honestly can't believe that she's doing this.
Thank you, Kathy. Listen, guys, I want to make sure you know, Kathy for years has been my go-to person. A lot of people don't realize that, because they might think, well, Diane invited me down, or Kathy invited me down, or whoever you were invited down by tonight. You might be thinking, well, you know, I don't know as much about Kathy as I do about Diane, because you always hear me running my mouth instead of Kathy. She's the person behind everything. She's the one that knows this stuff. So the idea of being able to sit with her for all of this and have, you know, I like to use this term, but I don't like to use this term, but it's a great term, which is hand-holding sessions. No, she's not going to rub your belly, and she's not going to baby you. She's going to kick your butt. But she will be there with you, and there's nobody better than Kathy Heath to be there with you as you go through this stuff And you got to remember, guys, when she started online, she was a grandma who just knew how to upload pictures of her kids, grandchildren. You know, that's about it. So her growth since I've known her and what she can do, and I'm always calling her up going, do you know how to do this? She always knows. She always knows. I mean, she's working on a site for me now, you know, not for me, but with me. That came out weird. And it's just like what she's figuring out. I'm just sitting here like in awe that she's doing it, and she can do it, and she's wonderfully patient. And I think that's one of the things that you're going to find is you'd be hard-pressed to find a bonus where you're going to have somebody that's really patient. If you know that you need that extra, you know, tender, loving care, Kathy Heap's the one. This is what I'm throwing in, guys. Guys, I have been a top 10 affiliate on pretty much every launch in this industry for years now. I was just named number 3 in the No Excuses launch. I mean, every launch, you know, including I've been in the top of the heap with the biggest internet marketers out there, including Frank Kern and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do a special training where I'm going to reveal how top marketers, what they do, how we get people to open up their wallets, pull out their credit cards, buy, how it is that you can become a top affiliate. And what's exciting is now we're watching Kathy being the top affiliate. So this time around, you're not going to see me as much. You're going to see Kathy Heap at the top of the heap, and I want you to be the next one that learns how to do this. So I'm going to do this session, and I'm going to throw in one more thing that Kathy doesn't even know I'm going to do. I'm not even going to say what it is on the webinar because you guys have been here so long. Go order the course, and all you have to do is click here to go order the course, and I want you to send your receipt to either, let me pop up a thing, to, you can send it to me. Hello. Excellent typing as usual, Kathy.
Of course.
Or you can send it to Kathy at kathyheath.com, either one of us, because we are total partners on this. And I want you to say, I just bought the course, but I want more. I just bought the course through your link, but I want more, and I'm going to give you more. I'm going to give you something that's worth $300 more, and it's really worth it.
You are?
Yes, I am.
And you're not going to tell me?
I'm giving them 2 choices. It's like 2 choices, depending on what they like, but they have to write me. And here's the bottom line. I like to do stuff to see who trusts me.
Yeah.
Trust me, great.
Yeah.
Don't trust me, great. I've always over-delivered, and that's why I'm always a top affiliate. So if you guys want to play. Now, here's the deal. If you've been poking around on everybody under the sun site for this, you need to go into your browser and clear your cookies. What does that mean? Kathy, I don't know how to explain it. You go into your, what do you go into? Your history. I'm in Firefox right now. Does it say clear cookies here? I forget where it is.
In Firefox, you would go up to Tools, and then to Clear Recent History, and then there's all these little boxes. You can uncheck all of, uncheck all the boxes, but make sure that the cookies is checked, and choose your time frame. I always choose everything when I'm clearing the cookies, and then just do Clear Now, and it'll take all those cookies away. And there will be no problems.
Yeah. Each of your browsers is a little different. If you don't know how to do it, click Help on your browser. You want to clear your cookies because you could be connected to somebody else. What will happen is your sale will go through. It'll go through to them, and then I won't give you the secret bonus. And you won't get the handle of the Kathy and the sessions and the this and the that, so on and so forth. So that's what we have cooked up for you guys. I'm super excited because there's never been anything like this. It's super comprehensive. You guys know me. I'm not always a fan of all this junk and this stuff. Everybody's screaming and yelling all at the same time. I'm kind of a go my own way kind of girl. But this time, it's just important. And it's funny, Kathy, I don't really like launches. How do I get to be the top affiliate?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a mystery. I wouldn't sign up for that class.
Me
but you
either.
can, and that's the cool thing. You can sign up for that class.
That's right.
So that's it, guys. If anybody has a quick question, feel free to write it in. We know we've kept you a long time. Hopefully it was valuable to you. And we look forward to working with you in these different groups and so on and so forth. And let me tell you guys, anybody that's ever done a session, and I would pull people out, but we don't have time. I would pull out people who have done sessions with Kathy. They rave. I'm talking rave about this girl. So it's incredible. So, Kath, let's just check and see if anybody had anything before we go.
Okay.
I'm looking
While you're
for my
checking,
boxes.
Yeah.
I think my box
I did
set
want
should
to.
be
I want to say a little bit about the conversation that you and I had, Diane, when we were talking about the bonuses that we were going to put together for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, you know, you go around and you see everybody and their brother has got some kind of a bonus, and it's a course, or it's an ebook, or it's something else for you to study, something else that you may or may not get to, or that you tell yourself you're going to get to someday. And Diane and I were talking, guys, and we just wanted to put together bonuses that are actually going to help you get this thing up and running and get you moving forward and get your blog rolling for you so that you can start having those amazing changes happen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, if you make it your goal to get your 3 sales, to get yours for free, and then you turn around and study so that next time you can be, you know, not only, you know, getting products for free, because I haven't paid for an affiliate product like this in years. I always get mine for free. It's one of my philosophies. I do all kinds of videos about it. You know, get this hands-on help and set yourself up so that you're always getting everything for free and that you're always earning money from all this stuff. It's pretty cool. So, Kathy, I can't find my Q&A box. It's just disappeared into that good night. Can you find yours?
Yeah, mine's here.
You know that I can never find the Q&A box.
I know.
Just check and make sure nobody needs us. Guys, for the rest of you guys, go get your course now. Send us the email, and we will be in touch with setting all of these bonuses up, including the mystery bonus. And if you have questions, stay. But the rest of you guys, we are so done with you people. By the way, just so you know, next week we have a very special guest. Make sure you're on our list so that you get the news. Something real special going on. So awesomeness and excited about all of that. So excited to be bringing good people in to be with everybody, Kath. It's
I know. It's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
So much fun.
It really is. Anybody have anything, or we're good?
Heather asked a question, but honestly, Heather, I don't know. She's thinking about adding an audio recording to the top of her blog posting and wants to know if that's a good idea or not.
Try it.
Try it.
You know,
I
mean, try it. You don't know how something will convert until you try it, but there's nothing wrong with adding an audio, like an audio of the actual post, like reading it aloud or something. I'm not sure what she means by that, but that one, you know, I put audios and videos in my posts all the time. And they're excellent. So just depends.
Okay. Diane, there's several people who are having a little bit of difficulty with the link. Would you type the link in the notepad so that they can see it, and I'll go ahead and put it down here.
Blogging. Let's make this capitalized so you can see for
true
freedom.com. And that'll take you through to this page that shows the bonuses, etc. And then down at the bottom is your click-through link. If anybody's having difficulty, you can email us. We can send you the direct link to go ahead and purchase.
And I just put it in the
chat box.
In the chat box so that the entire audience can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, excellent. Sorry, you guys are having a difficulty with that. Ray said it fast, and then I didn't put it back up again. So blogging.fortruefreedom.com, it outlines the bonuses and gives you the link to click right through and go ahead and get your course. I'm excited about this course myself, personally. I have it, and I'm excited to get to work on it.
I've been through it once, and actually I went through it so quickly the first time. I want to go back through it again a little more slowly this time and pull out the nuggets that I kind of let sit. There's so much in this course, Diane. So much.
You know what's interesting? Ray, I got a blogging course from Ray probably a year ago. That was the forerunner to this. So, you know, I have absolute confidence because I know what he was teaching then, and I know he's learned a ton since then. So,
it's amazing stuff. It's so easy to understand.
That's why I like him, because a lot of people that teach this stuff they've been doing it for so long, they're very technical. I find that with a lot of like I often buy plugins and different things for my blog and stuff, and then the directions are very hard for me to follow. You know, I call you, Kathy, I can't understand it. You know, or I'll watch the video 72 times. Ray is you know, crystal clear. And even for beginners, crystal clear. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new newbie who doesn't even have a blog yet. This course will walk you right through it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And again, guys, you know, have some fun with it because that's what we do. Ray does, I do, you know, Michelle Pesco-Solido, all of us that have pretty successful blogs. We just have a good time in addition to doing all the marketing and getting those leads and making the money. We just have a good time, and it's just a way to grow really closer to your base. Build the base and then grow closer to the base. It's awesome. So, are we good, Kath?
I think Ashley has a question, but she hasn't asked it. She asked me if she could ask a question.
If you could do it real quick, Ashley, or you can email me direct, which is not a problem. Ashley Hendricks, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Wonderful.
And yes, Joe, Ray did say that the price goes up to $597 on Thursday. So, you know, that gives you...
Let me address that, guys. That's not baloney. Last year, Mark Holverson did a big launch with Magnetic, and his course, which I also was a top affiliate for, and his course was $297. He said the price was going up. It has never gone back to that price. So it's not only Ray's word here, it's Tim Irway and Magnetic Sponsoring's word because they're running the whole launch. So it ain't going to be seen at this price again. I promise you. There's no way. Plus, even if he sells it again at the higher price, you're not going to get all of these bonuses, plus the live event, which obviously I'm always most excited about, not just because I'm going to be there speaking and I'd love to see all of you, but those events are where you get to mix and mingle with all these guys. I mean, and it's not going to be a huge event like a No Excuses. It's going to be more intimate. It'll be big, but it won't be as big. So you really get a chance to hang out with these guys, especially because if you're one of our customers, you'll get a chance to hang out with them. I'll make sure you do. So,
absolutely.
I mean, that's really a bonus in and of itself. You'll be a customer of one of the speakers, which means you'll have, you know, access, and that's a big deal.
Okay.
So.
Ashley, 40%. She wanted to know what the affiliate commission was. And John and Joe, yes, you can do this tomorrow. Our link, Diane's and my link, bloggingfortruefreedom.com, it will end at the same time as the price goes up on Thursday. So this is good until midnight Wednesday night.
You know what, Kathy? I'll tell you the truth, though. I reserve the right. I'm going to send out an email tomorrow, and I'll have you send one out, too. The secret mystery bonus, I probably can't run until Wednesday at midnight, and the reason why is because I'm leaving for Mexico. Cause we have a company trip.
That's a secret mystery bonus.
So mine, I haven't put a deadline on it, but I think that'll be tomorrow night at the latest because I can't keep running it because I can't respond to people. I'll be in a foreign country sipping out of a coconut.
That's right.
I'll be in a foreign country sipping out of a coconut, and you all can't stop me.
Okay, so if you want Diane's secret mystery bonus, you have to respond before tomorrow night at midnight.
Yeah, and if it's Joe Diamante, if it's Joe Lopez asking, Joe, you would like this bonus, knowing you. So.
Okay. Okay, I think that's it, Diane.
All right, good. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for hanging with us. We appreciate you. Go get the course. It's going to be the best investment you can make. And get to hang out with Kathy, and I'll probably pop in and bug all of you guys a bunch.
No doubt.
They can't keep me behaved. But it's an awesome value. And me being a coupon queen bargain mistress that I've been for many, many years, I know a good deal when I see it. This is one. So we'll see you guys next week on the Traction Marketing Mastery. Kathy, I love you. You know I do.
Too.
And the rest of you guys, you're okay. We'll see you guys next week. Take care, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Diane.
Good night, Kathy.